morning, DHS. I'm Brianna.
And I'm Sofie.
And we will be your Blue Wave News anchors for the 2015 to 2016 year.
We are excited to carry on the Blue Wave News traditions at Darien High School.
But a lot of traditions have been changing.
They have, Brianna. They have.
One new thing that's been implemented at DHS is the change from homeroom to advisory.
I don't like advisory, but what about our students think about it?
Well, let's go to our correspondents, Tim Derby and Leonard, who talked to students about the new change.
We think it's an opportunity for students to get to know some of their peers that they might not otherwise have a class with or an activity with.
It's a little bit smaller. It's a little bit more fun, relaxed.
I really enjoy it because it's a nice time just like hanging out with people and chill.
Each grade focuses on a different aspect of student life in and outside of Darien High School.
A few activities we had a chance to do have given us a chance to actually get to know each other a little bit.
I think it's kind of awkward to walk into a group of people that you don't really know at all.
I think that it's good for the freshmen maybe, but like upperclassmen should have stayed with their regular homeroom teachers that they got freshman year.
It's been great so far. It's an opportunity to meet with students kind of in a different setting.
We're hoping to make it much more of a community and really build trust between the staff and the students and amongst the students.
I like having a smaller group and new people rather than the same 6 people I had before.
I thought it was going to be we were actually going to do stuff that would be productive to our time, but it's worse than homeroom, I must say.
They'll realize that Darien High School isn't such a big place.
We'll see if students' thoughts on advisory change over the next few months.
What else has changed?
Well, there has been huge construction on the turf fields at DHS. Our correspondent Ben Sheed has decided to sheed some lead on that.
There's a lot of construction going on at DHS. We talked with the athletic director, Mr. Manfredonia, to find out more. Here's the story.
So the center, upper, and lower oval fields are all being redone courtesy of the Darien Athletic Foundation. So it'll be shared between the high school teams who typically have used those fields. The lower field will be a softball field, so we'll probably have JV softball practices and/or games on that field. The center and upper oval will be shared by many different high school teams, including boys and girls soccer, field hockey, boys and girls lacrosse, perhaps rugby, football, as well as a lot of the youth groups in town. So the center oval, as you know, is done. The upper oval field should be done within the next few weeks. We're hoping before the end of the fall season that will be concluded. The lower oval will probably be done sometime in November, ready for the start of the spring season in softball.
I can't wait to see all of the sports teams playing on the new fields.
Speaking of sports, let's take it on over to Andrew Santo and Jonathan Bird for the sports report.
I'm Jonathan Bird.
And I'm Andrew Santo.
And this is Blue Wave Sports Report. Blue Wave boys soccer are 3-4-1, having drawn against Richfield. Their next game is against Staples. Girls soccer are 4-1-3, having lost their latest game 3-1 to Wilton. Their next game is against Staples. Girls volleyball are undefeated with a perfect 7-0 record, having just beaten Fairfield Ward. Their next game is against Richfield. Hey Andrew, I hear that our football team is doing outstanding this season.
Well, yes they are. The Blue Wave football team opened their season against Stanford, beating the Black Knights 47-14. Both defense and offense had an outstanding performance. The Blue Wave also won against Greenwich 51-28. The Blue Wave's next game is homecoming against St. Joseph's. Tickets are on sale now. It's going to be a good game, and you don't want to miss it.
I know I'll be there to cheer on our football team. On to girls field hockey, who have an undefeated 8-0 record, winning their last match against Wilton. Their next game is against Richfield. Girls cross-country freshmen finished second in the Wilson Cross Country Invitational. Boys freshmen finished third at the Wilton Invitational. Girls swimming and diving next meet is against Richfield.
The day before the big game will be the DHS homecoming bonfire at 7 p.m. in the courtyard.
Tickets are being sold in the cafeteria for $10. You can't buy them at the door, so make sure to buy them early.
I bought my tickets for the shindig. Did you?
You bet I did, Brianna. You bet I did.
It's going to be so new and exciting, just like DHS's fall drama, Eurydice.
Brianna and I, as well as a bunch of other people in DHS, are involved in the production. We talked to Mr. Region, the director, to get more info on it.
Eurydice is a modern take on the Greek myth of Orpheus and Eurydice, told from the perspective of Eurydice. On the day of their wedding, something tragic happens and Orpheus has to go on a journey to rescue her. Throughout the play, both Eurydice and Orpheus come in contact with interesting characters who shed light on their own past and make them rethink their choices during life and after it. This is a very new, exciting production featuring a string of musicians who are vital to the show's execution.
Link Day is a day that is intended for freshmen to welcome them to the DHS community and to introduce them to what it means to be part of the DHS community.
Freshmen are expected to see like a lot of students' experiences throughout high school with both bullying and being an ally. It's an amazing variety of students' voices, and it's going to be a day to remember.
It is just for freshmen. Our Link leaders and some of Link crew will be there to help out for the day, and a lot of different other members of the community will be there too to introduce themselves.
We also have a perspective panel, which is the best part of the day, and it's when 4 to 6 Link members like me get to share their experience and their story as high schoolers and as they've made it through the 4 years through high school. And it's really nice to hear, their side of the story and how personal it is, and it's something to remember.
That's all we have for today, DHS.
Thanks for coming on this journey with us.
Signing off.
Stay wavy, Darian.